There are a lot of cool built-in features with Google Photos besides just making and sharing pictures. So I wanted to show you a couple of those in this video. I'm going to go ahead and open up my Photos app. And it opens always automatically to just your general photos that you can scroll through. You can go over to the left-hand sidebar and switch between things. I've already done some videos on albums, so I'm going to move up to Assistant. The first thing I'm going to point out is I have a notification in my Assistant. That's what that little 1 with the red 1 is. So if I click on that, it's going to tell me some news. So the news is somebody added photos to one of the albums that I'm shared on. This is really cool because that gives you an opportunity to note if somebody adds things in a vacation album you made or something, and you don't have to keep constantly checking it yourself. This is also where notifications about things Google automatically does for you, like maybe it makes a stylized picture for you, or maybe it makes an animation for you automatically, and this is where it will show up. When you're good with that, you can just dismiss it by clicking on the X. Now we've done albums and we've done shared albums, so the other two things I wanted to show you are collages and animations. Sometimes Google will make an animation for you if it sees many pictures that would make a good animation, but you can also make them yourself. First we're going to do collage. When you click on collage, it's basically exactly what you would think it is. It allows you to put a whole bunch of pictures all together. So it says at the top I need to select 2 to 9 items. So I'm going to select those 4 items. I'm going to click Create. It will create the collage for me and use some default settings. So here's my collage already made for me. It chose how it wanted to crop the images. It chose where it wanted to put the images. However, I do have a few options if I want to change those. If you go up to the top, you click Edit. Then you can change a few things. You can change how it's color tinted, so I can change that to be Eiffel. If you use the little blue bars underneath, you can say how much you want that tint to happen. By lowering it, it lowers the effect. There's Palma, that's kind of cool. And then there's a few more. As you go down, you can find out which works best for your images. You can also change some of the tones. You can change how light or dark it is just by pulling that little circle. You can also intensify the color if you would like, and the pop of the color. So that's kind of cool one. And you have a couple of options on some drops downs there to get even more detail in how your collage is formatted. The other kind of cool thing is cropping. So I'm going to click on cropping. So you can choose to rotate it if you want. You can also choose to zoom in on certain portions of your collage. All of that is done just by clicking around in here. You'll notice there's a couple of buttons up here. One of them is the aspect ratio. If I want to have it be a square and then move things around from there. This will also do some rotating for me that I don't have to do degree by degree manually. Now, if I don't like the changes that I made, I can always reset it to what the default thing was. And then when I'm done making any changes, I can say done, and then say done in my collage itself. And what that'll do is it will save this to my Google Photos album, just like it would any other photo. There it is. It's saved with this that date that the pictures came from. So the other thing that Assistant will do for you is you can create an animation. So I'm going to click on animation, and this says you need to pick 2 to 50 items, so it can make a really long animation. Generally you want to have things that are close to each other so that you have a kind of cool actual animation, but in this case I'm just going to select the same 4 photos just to show you how it works. Click Create. And there's my animation. This is kind of cool, even if you don't have things that are going to actually look like somebody's animated, if you want to have a very quick slideshow type thing. And since you can add up to 50 pictures, your animation can get kind of long, which is pretty cool. Now, you'll notice that up at the top, you really don't have as many options. There's no pencil here. You can get some information about your animation, but you can't actually do much editing. Now, again, I'm going to go back. It'll show that it saved my animation to my photos in general. And if I want to add them to an album, I would just select them and then add to whichever album I want to add them to, or share them with people if I wanted to show off all my cool stuff. So that's using the assistant to make collages as well as animations in Google Photos.